Before the game, we talked about our home record, and we talked about our results in front of our own fans, and we weren't happy with it. And I think the thing that we focused on today was being difficult to play against. And we know when we go on the road, there's times where the opponent really puts you under and really is aggressive, and it's really difficult. And that's all we wanted to focus on. And I think our first half was probably the best first half, or the best half of soccer we played all year so far. They had 0 shots, 0 XG, 0 balls won in our third. I mean, we were completely on it, and that's what I mean by making them uncomfortable. So this time of year, it's important to play well, but we also know that we have a difficult week coming up. 2 good opponents, Miami and Toronto, that keeps getting results. So we're going to have to be focused, and if we want to keep climbing.
Tim Motzman, Red 97. Thanks for taking the time. Second game in a row that the Fire have started with the back three, stayed with the back three for center backs for full 90. How much of that shift do you think has been responsible for the results, and how much of it do you think is improvements in just like the squad's focus and mentality, and especially in defending?
Well, I think you see they're confident, and one thing that I was talking about when we say make the team uncomfortable is it could also be without the ball, and there was no space for Columbus to play today, very little space, and teams don't like that. When we play against teams like that, it's extremely difficult. So I think that's really what we need to focus on is continue to make it difficult for the opponent, continue to reduce the space. And whether it's 4-back or 3-back, that's what we need to be doing.
Hey, Coach, Jim Alexander, Real Talker. 2-part question here. First part of it, you guys are playing suffocating sort of attack for both halves. Is that sort of play sustainable for the remainder of the season, to play like just on the gas on a pedal for 2 halves? And then the second part of the question is, when the team's getting results now, how important is it to stress the message that not only is the job not done, but not to sort of use that confidence into overconfidence, especially with games potentially against teams that you guys might be favored against?
Yeah, that's the biggest trick. But the thing about this league is, what's favored against, right? Any game can go either way, right? You see today the results that happened. Red Bull loses at home to New York City. DC loses at home 6-0 to Philly. So if you're not up for every game, if you're not focused for every game, you're going to lose. And that's this league. So for us, we have a long way to go. I don't think I'm going to sit up here and say, oh yeah, we're in the playoffs, we're comfortable. Like, there's no comfort here. We have a massive week coming up with 2 games, and we have to perform well.
Hernán Espinosa, La Fiera Deportiva. You mentioned about the first half you were dominating, and the second half was a bit different. But also I want to ask you about Andre Franco and Kuipers. Kuipers have more opportunities, more creating goals. Yeah, right. Andre Franco has an excellent game today.
Yeah, they were both good, and the second half was a little bit different, but we still created a ton of chances. I thought we maintained our compactness really well. We got a little bit fatigued in the game, but still put a ton of pressure on Columbus's goal, which was really good. I think our XG ended up being like 3.89 or something, super high XG to 0.4. So overall, really strong performance, and it's just something to continue to build on, and hopefully give the guys some confidence.
Next, we'll take a question from Zoom. Alex Calabrese.
Alex is back. We haven't heard that name in a while, right?
Can you turn them?
Yeah, I can. Hey, Alex.
Hey, Coach. Congrats on the win. Nice to see you for the U.S. for a couple weeks here.
Yep.
As you mentioned, Red Bull lose, you win. I think magic numbers, those biggest two, right? Going into a game against Miami, where you mentioned, how much are you thinking about that Red Bull win? Because there are a lot of reasons they can pay instead of
No, Red Bull's not giving up. They're gonna win some games, and for us, we need to continue to focus on that also. So, no pressure going into the Miami game. It's a great atmosphere against great players, and for us, we want to show what we can do as a team, and that's the most important thing. Thank you, Alex.
Greg, just wanted to ask, Leo Barroso leaving early in the second half. Any updates on that? It looks like he kind of lost his ankle in the first.
I hope it's his ankle, but I don't think it is. So we're gonna have to see.
Understood. And if I may ask one more, just getting the clean sheet for the second time in a row for Chris Brady. We talk about building his confidence throughout the year. Just to stack these results, what do you think that's going to do for him?
Yeah, I think it's also how we're conceding chances, or the lack of chances we're conceding, is really, really good. Against Minnesota was similar, and tonight was similar. But again, what we have to do is now do the same against a better attacking team in Inter Miami, right? We know they're a top team. So for us, it's how do you replicate that against some of the world's best.
Last question, Tim.
You mentioned guys getting fatigued in the second half. How concerned are you just with the team having a short turnaround, like 69 hours? You guys are going to be playing again in a hot, climate in Miami, especially with players like Hugo Kuipers who went in and stayed in for so long and looked fatigued by the end.
Yeah, well, they'll be doing the same thing, right? Miami, and probably more with all the fixtures they've had in the last couple of weeks. So it's a mind over matter thing. When you get this close to the end of the season, and there's a lot riding on the line, guys want to perform, they want to play, and you can see the message of being difficult to play against, they took to heart. So that's what we go down to Miami and do the same thing.
Thank you.
Thank you.